Alright, so now I'm back home. And yeah, that little bit of the game I did watch, though, this was honestly one of the worst fucking Thanksgiving games I've watched in a long time. This game was just such a fucking embarrassment to this team. Like, just when you think at rock bottom, last week the Lions hit rock bottom. Just when you think this team can't get any worse or go any lower at rock bottom, they find a way to go even lower at rock bottom. Because this is the Lions. They'll always find a way to go lower at rock bottom. But man, this game was a complete disaster from start to finish. Mainly the one issue the Lions had was turnovers where they couldn't hold on to the ball. Like they even had three turnovers within 8 plays at one point. 2 of them being fumbles. And he had the Stafford interception where he was throwing the ball to a linebacker. And then J.J. Watt made a great play to deflect it and catch the ball for a pick 6. Hey, you got to give J.J. Watt credit on that play. That was a really good play. Before I continue on, though, I'll give my crow to all the Texan fans, including loyal to Houston. Shout out to all the Texan fans. Great game. Best of luck rest of the season. You know, this was a game really Houston needed to win. Mainly because Houston's trying to get their first round pick they trade to the Dolphins to lose as much value as possible from that trade. Since the Texans aren't tanking. So yeah, the Texans' main goal is just to win out from here on out. But yeah, this game, it was just... Like, this was complete trash. Like, defense looked like complete shit. Like, hell, Deshaun Watson, like, carefully picked this defense apart limb for limb. And hell, this coaching staff has really done some dumb shit with this defense. Like, lining up, making the linebackers line up as corners. Are you fucking kidding me? How is that gonna work out? What was the point of that? That was so fucking dumb. But for the Lions' offensive issues, you want to know what really would help this Lions offense a lot? How about cutting Jamal Agnew and keeping Fulgham and Huntley? Or another reason to help this Lions offense is how about don't target Jamal Agnew more than Quintez Cephas or running the fucking ball. Running the ball would be help. Hell, let's look at the Lions the last 3-4 years and their efforts to run the ball. In the last 3-4 years, they drafted an offensive tackle in Taylor Decker. They drafted a center in Frank Ragnow. They drafted a guard in the 3rd round in Jonah Jackson. They spent 2 second-round picks on 2 different running backs, Kerryon Johnson and DeAndre Swift. And they even spent a top 10 draft pick on a tight end in TJ Hawkinson because he can block the ball in the run game. And you still can't run the ball. Somehow you get even worse than that time at running the ball. And for everyone that wants to blame Stafford for this loss, riddle me this. Where are we ranked in running the ball in the league? Last I checked, I think we were ranked 30th, near the bottom of the league. If you don't got a good run game, you're not going to win many games. It's been proven before Stafford cannot do it on his own. But of course, this fan base full of the retarded fucks that they are in this fan base, they can't seem to get their heads out of their asses and use common sense. Hell, it's the reason why I don't watch a majority of the Lions vid makers anymore. Because a lot of them got their heads too far up their asses and don't know what common sense is. Because literally, you ask a Lions fan, what's more important, Stafford carrying his team to relevance or running the ball? They'll be like, what the fuck is common sense? And that's a proven fact. And all the Lions fans saying, oh, we should have drafted Tua, or we should have drafted Herbert. Why? So they can fucking die in this team too? And why else? Because I guarantee if Tua and Herbert, or Justin Herbert were the quarterback this year, this fan base would stab him in the back like they stabbed Stafford in the back the last 10 plus years. And don't even try denying it because you know it's the truth. It's a fact. And if you want to come in here and say no, but this time it's different to defend it, then prove it. Don't tell me. Just prove it. Prove me wrong. Like I said the last couple years, prove me wrong. You want to know how you prove me wrong? How about you don't prove me right? That's step one. And guess what you've all done? You keep proving me right time and time again. I gotta at least give you a clap on effort. But man, like it don't matter what this team does. If this team cannot run the ball, no success. It doesn't even matter how much effort we put into trying to run the ball and get a run game established. Because it's the goddamn Lions. This team cannot do anything right to save their lives. This team cannot have any nice things. And for anyone that wants to say Stafford's the problem, riddle me this too. Then how is, if Stafford's the problem, then explain to me why in his 12-year career, he's only had 11 running backs go for 100 plus yards in a game, and he's had almost 40 game-winning drives. And has a 9-2 record when he has a running back go for 100 plus rushing yards in a game. And almost 40 game-winning drives. And yet you all want to say he's garbage. And a stats patter. But if it was any other quarterback not named Stafford, you would find every excuse to defend him and suck his dick. You literally cannot put garbage and Stafford in the same sentence. And anyone that does is a complete fucking retard. Simple as that. I'll say this though. Stafford is not the problem. He's never been the problem. It was proven. Hell, here's another reason to prove that Stafford was never the problem. How many games did Stafford win? How many games did the Lions win last year after Stafford went down to injury? Oh, wait. In fact, I'll ask another question. When was the last time the Lions won a game without Stafford? Oh, wait. I already know the answers. I can do this all day. So anyway, back to my point. Stafford's not the problem. At the same time, though, I'll say it here. He's not the solution. As much as I love Stafford, I think he's got to go. Honestly, Darrell Bevell after this game, I said at the start, no more excuses. Especially when you're up against the worst run defense in the league, and you still can't run the ball against them. You made Houston's run defense look good. How? Just how? Like, honestly, Bevell needs to be fucking fired and shown the door. And honestly, after this loss, I think this loss honestly did seal on Patricia and Bob Quinn's fate. Like, I think there's no chance they'll be back next year. I think it's like a 1 or 2% chance they'll be back. 98% most likely they're going to be fired. And honestly, damn. Shame. And that's just facts. Like, the only way Stafford's more than likely going to be traded in the offseason. Because the only way Stafford will be back next year is if Patricia and Quinn somehow get to stay another year. That's the only way Stafford stays. Because if Patricia and Quinn get fired, then guess what? The next GM and head coach that come in, it'll be a full rebuild for the next 3 to 5 years. And Stafford ain't going to stay around for another rebuild. He's going to demand a trade. Because let's be real, Stafford's a talented QB, but he's not winning a ring with Detroit. He's not winning a ring with this coaching staff that can't figure out how to run a fucking ball. And he's not going to win with this front office that failed to put a complete team around him. Let's be real about this loss. The season's over. The season's a wrap. Everyone's saying, oh, but we're still 2 or 3 games out. The season's over. We're not winning. We're not making the playoffs. You see how brutal our December schedule is? We're not winning. We may not win a game the rest of the year. We may win 1 more game or 2 more games. At most, we may win 1 or 2 more games. At most. But we ain't winning a game the rest. But we're not making the playoffs. The best I think we're doing is 5-11 or maybe 6-10 if we get lucky somehow. Like, the season's over. It's a wrap. But yeah. Like, Stafford deserves the reign. He's not getting it with the Lions. Simple as that. And honestly, I don't blame Stafford if he does want to demand a trade. Why would Stafford want to play with this shitty fucking fan base that keeps stabbing in the back every chance he gets and blames Stafford for literally every single loss and literally everything here? And let's be real here. With how retarded this fan base is, even if Stafford does leave next year and we still are losing, they'll still find ways to blame Stafford for it. Because they're that fucking retarded and have their heads so far up their asses. It's a fact. And you can dislike the video for those comments all you want. It's not going to stop me from speaking the truth. And like I said, disliking the video, like that's going to fucking stop me from speaking the truth. Fucking idiots. But yeah, and honestly, for Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, or Zach Wilson, or whoever our QB will be next year, when Stafford demands a trade out of here, I hope you're paying a good attention to this fan base, because what happened to Stafford is going to be your future. Unless this front office gets their heads out of their asses and actually puts a complete team around a QB for once. And actually figures out how to run the fucking ball. And be creative with plays. And not have boring-ass predictable play calling. Like, Darrell Bevell was just Jim Bob Cooter 2.0. Just keep this in mind about Bevell. Bevel's the same fucking genius that decided to run the ball on the 1-yard line in the Super Bowl with Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. And did I mention in that Super Bowl, in that 2014 Seahawks Super Bowl run, the Seahawks had the #1 running offense in the league on the 1-yard line? Bet you didn't know that. Well, now you do. Because I do my research and I check my facts. So yeah, Lions get embarrassed on Thanksgiving 41-25. Season's a wrap at 4-7. And next week we play the toilet. And it's going to be against Mitch Trubisky because Mitch Trubisky sucks ass against every other team in the league. But every time he plays the Lions find a way to make him look good. And I'll say this, Judah Tribe, a sweep will be the worst thing to happen for the Bears. Because if Mitch Trubisky sweeps the Lions this year, that might fool the Bears front office into keeping Trubisky for another 3 years. Because, he may suck against everybody else, but he always plays like a beast against the Lions. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say on this game and this rant. And ranting on his retarded-ass fan base. All I say for the fan base, if you think I'm being hard, just be, let me say this about you. Be glad you're not as retarded as NASCAR fans. Because if NASCAR fans wouldn't be retarded, you would definitely be the most dumbest fan base in all of pro sports. But sadly, that title still belongs to NASCAR fans. So you're going to be at least glad you're number 2 there. You're number 2 in the dumbest fan bases in all of pro sports. But yeah, I'm done. Peace.